we talk once again about mathematics, I want to let you know about 2 points. First, the follow-up email of today's session will be delivered on Monday. And in case the recording is approved, you will be informed about that. And you can also rewatch or share this recording with somebody who you think will be interested in hearing more about the program that will be presented today. Here's the agenda. We have 3 guests, 3 different universities, which also I want to ask you to please mention the program name or the university to whom you're referring your question, because it's easier than to correctly ask the person and then he will be answering it directly already. Some of the questions might be answered in Q&A, but we will still voice most of them during the live session after all speakers are done with their presentations. So here is who is behind the session. This is My German University, a database where you can find English.study programs, which are offered in Germany. However, it's not only fully English always. There could be some programs that have parts of German language. It could be programs that even have parts of other languages. For example, we had cases of Spanish or Chinese. And also there could be programs that have, there are programs that are fully taught in German. So in this study finder, you can find all of them. The ones that are specifically or partially comprising English is counted 3,800. The study finder that you see here is just a demo version. I will show you in later slides that there are much more filters, and I will explain why you need them. Of course, today we speak about a specific topic, but applying to a German university is much more about all the different things, bureaucracy, etc., etc. So in case today as well you have questions about, I don't know, application, visa, scholarships, etc., feel free to check out also articles that we have. Those articles can be broad, but at the same time very specific, like waiting time for visa in X country and so on. So it's all the information is there. It's actual, and we try to update that frequently. At the same time, the articles are translated in different languages, so maybe you can also read them in your native one. And of course, to stay connected, we have webinars. We have groups of webinars, let's say. Today is one of the subject webinars when we have guest speakers from German universities, but we also have broader webinars when we talk about, for example, what UniAssist is. Some programs use it as an application platform. We also talk about scholarships, visa, and studying in Germany. And there as well, we have this Q&A part. But unlike today's session, in those sessions, we have only my GU team member. It can be me or Oliver or Mari who are presenting. But today our part is, or my part is the smallest because I'm only moderating and the full attention is towards our guests. And this is our team. We are based in Hamburg. We have more team members who are German now. Therefore, there is this experience shared from internationals and Germans about studying in Germany, and we are happy to assist you in this regard. Now, as I showed you, the study finder is much more than it was in the first slide. And if you filter by subject mathematics, you see 400 plus degree programs. And of course, you could break down into bachelor and master, but still the number is quite high. Therefore, you need to, unless you have lots of time, you need to narrow down your search. And this way you can find the most suitable program. You can always save programs making this heart sign and always check them later on. You can combine different filters, for example, program features or application requirements in terms of English language or German language, or in terms of finances or university type. And you can combine all of that, and then you can filter programs according to program name or location or application deadline, which is frequently used. There is an option to search for English-only programs in case you are not ready to start in the first semester with German language courses, but there could be a case that there are German classes offered, which we should definitely take and accept. As in case you are a graduate from bachelor's degree and you just want to know how it feels studying mathematics in Germany, you can check out the subject page. For general description, you will see lots of graphs. We talk about tuitions, application admission, language requirements. But again, please make sure to select or check each program individually, as especially application admission requirements are really different, and you need to make sure that you meet them. Yes, this is an advice that we always give to always check programs and not be guided by single factors like fees, rankings, or city names. Briefly about the university landscape in Germany. In Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. We mention it because we know that not all countries have this differentiation. In case you want to know why there are these types, you can check out our article in this regard. But for today, you need to keep in mind that usually programs that are offered by universities are more research and theory oriented. You can, of course, further continue with PhD in case you want. And University of Applied Sciences usually have more application and practice orientation. There was PhD differentiation, but it's no longer there. So you can still, again, go for PhD. One more thing is it's better always to search by subject, not by program name. For mathematics, it could be easier in case you want to do pure mathematics. You can write mathematics in a program name and it will show you the programs that have. But even today, we have a program that's not directly called mathematics, but it's in the field. So it's always safer to search by subject and then narrow down the search according to different criteria so that you don't miss out one of the programs. With this, the not interesting part is done because I will give the mic to Dr. Maximilian Bauer from University of Bayreuth, who'll be talking about scientific computing. So if you type in only mathematics, you are not seeing this program and you don't want to miss it because it's very interesting. And I stop screen share and give the mic to Dr. Bauer.
Yeah, thank you very much. I will start my screen sharing then and start my presentation. So yeah, it should work now. So thank you for the introduction. And yeah, as you already mentioned, we are not a pure mathematics program, but we have a huge focus on mathematics. As you said it, we are not having directly scientific mathematics in the name. We have scientific computing, and this is what I want to introduce to you today: the International Graduate Program in Scientific Computing, which is a master's program at the University of Bayreuth. I'm the coordinator of this program, and Professor 𝘱𝘕𝘓 is the speaker of the program. We are specially funded and supported by the Elite Network of Bavaria, which you can see here in this corner. The Elite Network of Bavaria belongs directly to the State Ministry of Science and Art, and this is like a direct connection to the State Ministry as well. So we are an interdisciplinary program, so not a pure mathematics program, but we have a focus on mathematics, especially on numerical mathematics and numerical simulations here. So the concept of our program is as follows. Today, the product design always works, or research and development always works with numerical simulation. So in former days, it was like you design something not on the computer, purely in real world, and then you test its behaviors. Today, it's more like you train or you develop it on the computer and simulate it there. And time goes by and new challenges rise up in these simulations. So a lot of phenomena in natural sciences and engineering will show up, and also yeah, the complexity or the size of the problems will increase. So there is a need of development of new techniques, new algorithms, which include, for example, big data, machine learning, or completely new numerical methods in order to get an efficient simulation out of it. And usually in university, there is only little taken into account in education. So only fundamentals in numerical methods and scientific computing are taught because there's simply not such much time to do the application then in real world problems or to program it on high performance computers. So we directly want to tackle this transfer of knowledge into the field of applications for mathematics and into the high performance computing area. So what we offer is a specialized master degree for, as you said today, Nino, for smart students. And we want to train them on simulating complex problems which arise from natural sciences and engineering. And this can be a numerical methods for partial differential or integral equations, and also can include statistical data analysis or machine learning. So, and what we especially want to do is we want to teach our students efficient methods. So methods which reduce the high complexity of a problem, where we approximate the problems by numerical methods or on parallel computers. And we want to apply those methods on interdisciplinary applications. So we don't have a specific application in mind. We want to train our students in order to be able that they can actually apply those numerical methods to their interests and to their application field. So what the advantages are is a early contact with current research, because we are directly working at this area of development, and we can also do a preparation for a doctorate, and we want to specialize the interdisciplinary transfer. So since we are a kind of interdisciplinary program, we are not just applied mathematicians or numerical mathematicians, but we have also computer science and physics, biochemistry, and engineering science in our program. And here you can see a few persons which are included in our program. And the application field is even broader, so there are only a few examples here given. So a bit more in detail, everything. So you have to enter this program with an application, and you do kind of a qualifying examination. So you send us the application, and we will assess this application. And either you pass this assessment in the first stage, and you get a direct admission, or you can be invited to a second round and then be assessed according to this interview round, according to the second stage. So the modules can be then chosen from 3 different areas, from numerical mathematics, from modeling and simulation, and high performance computing, which are all according to the field scientific computing. And this is all accompanied by guest lectures, summer schools, and excursions. And of course, a few soft skill seminars where you learn about project management, scientific research behavior, and so on. And this is all financially supported by the Elite Network of Bavaria. You can also include internships in our program, for example, with our industry contacts, and to apply your learned techniques there in real-world problems. The math thesis can also be done in cooperation with industry or with international experts. And top on this, you can also combine this with the fast-track doctorate. This means you can already start your PhD program or your PhD phase when you're at the end of your master studies or when you're doing your master studies. And even more detailed here, the 3 different areas. So at first, we build a common mathematical foundation with numerical methods for differential equations and applied function analysis. This is typically a bit harder for engineers and physics students, physics bachelor students. For mathematicians, this is rather common. Or this is more easy, I would say. And then you can go on to more advanced topics in numerical mathematics and to the scientific computing area, where you learn multi-scale problems or fast methods, or even consider data analysis methods. And in the modeling and simulation area, you have a lot of elective modules where you can choose from. You can choose the industrial internship, which I already mentioned, or you can go into the modeling seminar, where you get a project from industry, which is about 3 to 4 months, and you have to apply your knowledge there in order to do this project or to work on this project. And here you directly get contact to industry as well. Yeah, in the high performance area, you have also a few elective modules which are tailored to parallel algorithms and high performance computing. And you all of your knowledge you gain there, you will apply in the practical course, parallel numerical methods, where you have an exclusive access to a supercomputer and learn how to use the supercomputer as well. So the modeling seminar, which I already told you, is one of the key facts here. So this is problems which you get from industry in natural science and engineering. You do them in teamwork, and you work on this like a project work, and at the end you present your results in a plenum. You should get here also inspiration from research subjects, and this is especially for knowledge transfer between industry and university. So this seems a bit much for the beginning, but you are not alone. We have the so-called mentoring concept, and you can choose in your first year and also later a mentor which helps you choosing suitable modules or gives you advices for improving soft skills. And also we have each year a so-called status seminar where students report their activities and actually their status of their studies, where all of the students in the program will participate and all of the students can give you feedback as well. And in weekly tutorials, you can also ask questions concerning the lectures, tutorials, or even technical issues. So now I want to introduce you a few of our partners. We have partners in Bavaria, so quite near of Bayreuth, some University of Würzburg and University of Erlangen-Nuremberg, but also in Germany, a few institutes like the German Aerospace Center or Fraunhofer and the Max Planck Institutes, but also a lot of partners in Europe and a lot of partners also worldwide. And once you get access to our program, you have this network as well, and we can always contact our partners, and you can always have research days as well, which are also funded by the Elite Network. But this comes not easy. So we have a few admission requirements. You need a bachelor's degree in mathematics, computer science, physics, or engineering. So this is quite an interdisciplinary field here. You need a converted final grade of at least 1.9, and which is very hard for a few applicants, sufficient knowledge in numerical mathematics of at least 16 credit points. So this is one condition where applicants often fail. So if you want to go into our direction, then you really need a sufficient knowledge in this area. The application needs a cover letter in English or some kind of motivation letter, and a CV, a personal data sheet, of course, your bachelor degree certificate, and the transcript of records with the module descriptions. And if you have special qualifications which you want to tell us, you can also include this in your application. Deadlines are for the application for winter, 1st of March until 15th of May. And for the summer, which starts in April, this is 1st of September until 15th of November. So as I said, if you want to prepare for the program, you should take into consideration some modules like Introduction to Numerical Mathematics, Introduction to Iterative Methods, Introduction to Higher Analysis, and some programming related courses like programming in C++ or algorithms and data structures, since this is what we need for the development of our numerical methods. Yeah. arriving in Bayreuth is also a special topic for international students, or at least you have to leave your country when you're coming from outside of Germany, and then you might need help. But at the University of Bayreuth, you get this help. We have a special international office here, and the so-called welcome services, which provides you help for coming to Bayreuth. And we cannot directly fund you a scholarship from the elite network of Bavaria, but we can give you financial support when you work here as a student assistant, and usually there are a lot of student assistants available here. What you can see in the pictures here is the cultural heritage of Bayreuth. So Bayreuth is a very cultural related city, but not only cultural things are available in Bayreuth. So at the University of Bayreuth are also many sports possibilities, especially the area around Bayreuth is known for climbing. And here, so this should be a nice time you have here when you come to Bayreuth. So one summary of the master's program. So we offer a master's degree program which is called Scientific Computing. This is an international degree program where the teaching language is English. We want to focus on efficient numerical methods, which are tailored to the mathematical core of a problem. This is a specialized program, but with an interdisciplinary broad range. And we want to give you early contact with research and industry. And if you are interested, you could also start with a fast PhD program. So this is our webpage, and thank you for your listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bauer, for all the details you provided. I think attendees are indeed interested in some of them in all programs, some of them in only your program. So I think we will have an interesting Q&A as well. Thank you very much for sharing all the details once again. Dear attendees, the program page. I just want to mention that in case you want to apply for the May deadline, 15th of May, please already start collecting, or actually already apply for VPD, because you need VPD from UniAssist, and then the application done is from the university portal. The application campus online Uni Bayreuth link is already in chat, and then you will need to upload your VPDs there. So this is really important because having the VPD takes time, and you need to make sure that you are on time. But good is that the program has 2 deadlines, so in case you can still apply in November. Great. Now let's go back to Bremen. This is mathematics program, so if you search mathematics, you will definitely find this one. And Lars Zimmer will be talking about master mathematics, and here is the University of Bremen. I stop the screen share, and the mic is yours.
Yeah, thanks very much, and welcome everyone. So, let's see. Can you see my screen? Perfect. Thanks very much. So today I will talk a little bit about the Master of Science Mathematics at the University of Bremen. So let's go to the north of Germany. And I thought about, so my name is Lars Zimmer, and I'm, let's say, the one in the academic advisory office, and maybe the one you will contact in case of any questions. And I thought about to give you details and show you the whole program and all details, but then I thought, okay, might be better to give you an overview, and then you can ask individual questions maybe straight after the presentation or in the Q&A session. So let's start now. So first of all, welcome to the city of Bremen. It's not Hamburg, it's Bremen, but it's really, really nice city, and welcome to the University of Bremen. And as you can see here, this is not the whole campus, but actually this is all research institutions and the campus and everything what you can see. So just some brief introduction, short introduction to the university. 12 faculties, around 20,000 students, around 3,000 international students. And the main thing is, I would point out that we have, actually, this is an old number, it's more than 600 partner universities around the world now. And actually our faculty, which is mathematics and computer science, is the largest one, roughly 3,000 students, 300 international students. And we have about half of it are mathematical programs. And in mathematics, we have roughly 20 working groups which focus on this, let's say, standard topics. So as let's say, the program mathematics covers all of the mathematics. We have analysis, industrial mathematics, numerical analysis, and everything you can think about. And that's why this is a really broad program in the sense that you can choose the way you want to study, which means that basically it's a Master of Science. It's an international English taught program, and it's usually 4 semesters. Doesn't mean that you can take a little bit longer or shorter, but just to let you know, it's 4 semesters. And basically we have 2 options, which means you can go into the, let's call it, pure mathematical direction, where you study basically only mathematics, or you can go more into the applied direction and say, okay, I want to do another topic, another program, and add it to my master program. Either way you choose, it doesn't matter. You can specialize into one of the 4, let's call it, main areas of mathematics. And just to let you know, if you're interested for the more applied way, these are the current programs you can add to your master program, which means you can go from biology, chemistry, geoscience, computer science, economics, whatever you want, basically. And within these topics, you can choose a whole zoo of topics you want to study. So, so if you're interested in the program, there are some requirements. So first of all, registration, as I think Nino already said, it's also only assist, and everything is online. You need an undergraduate degree. Roughly, it's a bachelor degree of 180 credit points for the European standard way. And you need some mathematical background, which means you need 90 credit points. So half of it should be somehow related to mathematics, what you have done before. You need an English language certificate, which is usually not the problem if you have studied an English short program before. But just to point out, which is maybe the main difficulty for some applicants, is you need a German low-level certificate and a letter of motivation. And we also have 2 deadlines for application. It's close to the ones from the program before. We have middle of October for the upcoming summer, and we have end of April for the next winter. And maybe the most important thing is just to keep in mind if you want to apply, and yeah, at the end, everything will be quite tough. So your language certificate have to be handed in at the end, not later than 2 weeks after the lecture period had started. I mean, you don't have to care now, but just to keep in mind, so at some point you have to show your certificate not straight from the application. And maybe the most important thing, strong interest in mathematics should be good. And just to show you, so for the job market, what you can do afterwards, I mean, there's a whole zoo of jobs which are offered if you have finished your master in mathematics, just to name a few, but there are much more. And also, I mean, most of the students which finish their master, they go for a PhD. And just to let you know, these are the 2 web pages where you can find all details. But the most important thing is, I think, just in case of any questions, write an email directly to me and I will answer. And by this, I would say thanks very much. And now I think I have a couple of minutes left for direct questions, if they are. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Lars, for the details. Yes, you have lots of time for Q&A. First, let's give the mic to Professor Richter, and then we have a joint Q&A with everybody, and maybe it can even take longer than 15 minutes. So if you could please stop, Ayana. Great. So give me 1 second. Thank you very much. Yes, so dear attendees, you need again to contact UniAssist, because for this program as well you need VPD, and the application deadline 30th of April, 15th of October. The VPD is always valid for 1 year, and the application for Uni Bremen platform is also in chat, so feel free to again open it and save it. And yeah, now the mic is for Professor Dr. Christian Richter from Jena.
Thanks for the opportunity to present my university and our programs in the University of Jena. I'm the subject advisor for mathematics, for Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Master of Science. Let me start with saying a few words about Jena. This is a medium-sized city in the center, more or less, of Germany. Here, this little region is Thuringia. Jena here is about 220 kilometers southwest of Berlin, in the so-called green heart of Germany, because we have a nice green surroundings. In our town, we have about 110,000 inhabitants, so it's of medium size. It's a young town because we have 21,000 students about, and among them there are 3,500 international students. Well, Jena is, as I have told, a city or a town of medium size, so you can enjoy culture, sports, concerts, theater, party locations, and so on. What you can find, of course, in every bigger city, but at the same time, it's a charming and not too big city. In the town, you can reach practically everything by walking or by biking. And well, it's a nice place to meet international students, to meet Germans in the university, but also outside. Now on the master's programs, I would like to mention two programs. Our so-called all-rounder is the Master of Science in Mathematics directly. It's a 4 semesters program, so it can be done in 2 years if you are really strong and fast enough. It's taught in English mostly. I will speak about that, and it comprises 120 credit points. 69 credit points are in mathematics, and you need to have at least some balance between pure and applied mathematics. 18 credit points should be in pure and 18 in applied, and the other points are as you wish. We have 21 credit points in other subjects and 30 credit points for the master thesis. In mathematics, you can choose from many courses, from subjects or topics of algebra, analysis, geometry, numerical mathematics, optimization, stochastics, and algorithmics. So I have seen a question. Well, I think that we are more on the pure side, but anyway, which means that also in applied mathematics, in numerics and optimization, one has to prove theorems. But of course, and this was another question, we expect you that you know at least some programming language and so on. But when you specialize into the pure part of mathematics, perhaps you will not really need it. But if you are more interested in numerical mathematics or even perhaps algorithmics, then of course it's good to know, for example, programming languages. Concerning these 21 points on other subjects, we offer different minor subjects, such as physics, computer science, psychology, economics, and so on. But these particular subjects are usually taught in German. So this sounds strange, but if you are an international student and you do not know German, then you are expected to take language courses in German as your minor subject. Then up to 21 credit points can be used for German courses. This has an advantage that, well, it's of course it's good to learn German, to get in touch with other Germans, perhaps also for the job market, and also to be open to other courses which are taught in German. And if you do not yet know German, then this can be part of your master's program as your minor subject. So I think this is a good thing. The other mathematics program is the Master of Science in Business Mathematics. I'm not the subject advisor for that, but anyway, I can say a few words. It's also a 4 semesters program, also taught in English, with few exceptions, but you can choose in such a way that everything is in English. In this program, 42 credit points are in mathematics, 30 in economics, 18 in other subjects, and here also you have 30 credit points for the thesis. And in mathematics, it's usually closer to applied mathematics, such as optimization, stochastics, but formally you can choose from the same pool of topics as in the broader Master of Science mathematics program. Concerning economics, there are 2 branches which are always taught in English: innovation and change, and economics and strategy. And there are other parts of economics that are mostly taught in German. So if you choose appropriately, you can do it in English. But if you're interested in, say, financial risk management, science, accounting, taxation, capital markets, and marketing management, then this might be taught in German. And other subjects may include also German language courses, computer science, soft skills, things like that. Okay, well, of course, we are in a younger and dynamic town because we have a university. There was a question, I think, concerning the sizes of the lectures in the classes. They are rather small. What I can say on master in mathematics, perhaps a good normal size would be 10 students in such a course. So it's easy to get in touch with the professors. You have a good support when you write your master's thesis, so you can approach your professor. You know, as we are in Germany, we do not claim tuition fees. And if you are a very gifted, talented, strong student, it should be rather easy to continue with the PhD. But of course, this is after the Master of Science. some requirements. It's a consecutive program, so you need a bachelor degree in mathematics or very closely related. So it's not enough to have heard some mathematics for engineering or for computer scientists. In Germany, students need the grade 2.5. For international grades, of course, there is a translation, but when we look on the applications, for us, it's important to see your transcript of records, what you have done in details and what are your grades. So I cannot give you a number that you get, that you are taken with this number, with this grade. In any way, you need a broad foundation, in particular also in pure mathematics. And even if you do business mathematics, it's really on mathematics. You need your qualification in English. If your bachelor's was in English and you have a certificate of that, then this is enough. Of course, it's good to know German, but if not, I have told you that you can do this as your minor subject. And here are some application deadlines. So for next winter term, the application starts at the beginning of April until May, at the end of May. I also always recommend to apply as soon as possible, because managing the applications takes time. If you want to start in a summer term, then the application starts at the beginning of December and lasts until the mid of January. And it may happen that you are invited to some online interview or online test, but it depends. It's not a promise. But if we look onto your data and have the impression that it's good to ask you for something, then this may happen. There is here a link where you find, in particular, more detailed study guides for Master of Science in Mathematics and in Business Mathematics. And here are also some personal contacts. André Prater is the general study advisor of our faculty for Mathematics and Computer Science for all master's programs. At the university, we have an international office which deals with requirements and questions related to international students in particular. And for the Master of Science program in Mathematics, I'm the subject advisor. The subject advisor for Business Mathematics is 𝘗𝘪𝘵, and you see here his contact. And I think I will stop here and I'll open the questions.
Thank you, Professor, for all the details, for presenting two programs, and we have plenty of time for Q&A. Also, thank you for taking some of them in written already. And Professor, you also addressed all of them in your presentation, but let's still take the remaining. Before that, dear attendees, the GPA calculator is in chat in case you want to know where approximately you stand. There are two links. One is from TUM, another one from Fintiba, and you can always convert your GPA there. Great. So I will just read the questions, and maybe one by one I will ask you to answer them. Dear speakers, how much programming in computational mathematics is included? I have some experience with Python, MATLAB R. Will this be further developed? Maybe we can start with Dr. Bauer.
Yeah, so we have actually a lot of programming in computational mathematics because we are a kind of an application-oriented program. We are mainly using C and C++, but also Python. So Python, there is a chance to be further developed and will be further developed, but MATLAB and R probably not.
Dear Lars? What's your feedback in this regard?
Yeah, I think it depends on which way you go, but so you can go in the pure mathematics side where you basically will not face any programming problems during your program, but then you can go into the real applied side, also with the application subject where you can definitely work with Python, R, C++, MATLAB. They're all included in the lectures or the program.
And Professor Richter?
For us, it's practically the same as in Bremen. If you are interested in pure mathematics, then perhaps you will not need anything of that. But if you are more interested in applied mathematics, of course, you need programming skills. Yeah, that's fine.
Another question, will the programs prepare me for careers outside academia, such as in finance, data science, cryptography, or AI? Again, maybe Dr. Bauer?
Yeah, we have a bit of preparation with our soft skill seminars, and we also do a few soft skill seminars directly at the University of Bayreuth. And we always include already industry in our curriculum with the modeling seminar. And here we have projects which also include data science and AI. Not a lot of finance and cryptography, but data science and AI is definitely included and will be tackled in the modeling seminars together with industry as well. Yeah. So you directly work on projects from industry there.
Thank you. Feedback from Bremen?
Yeah, again, depends, but actually, yes. I mean, as such, so we have economics as an application subject, so it should support you somehow. And also, you can use computer science, where they have a master program directly in AI. So yeah, and we have another master program which was presented in another webinar here, which is industrial mathematics and data analysis. So there's quite a lot of synergy between all these programs. Yeah, they prepare definitely outside for academia.
And also, dear attendees, you can always apply to multiple programs and then decide which one to go for. Professor Richter for Jena?
Yeah, of course, if you are more interested in the applied side, such as economy, insurance companies, finance, then perhaps it could be a good decision to go into business mathematics. But anyway, also for the other students coming from mathematics, of course, our students are taken in the job market. And so companies like mathematics or like mathematicians because they know to solve problems. Yeah, perhaps that's it. Perhaps, okay, one problem or one question. If you go into mathematics and you want to specialize on algorithmics, on theoretical computer science, then this is, of course, also a way which is mentioned behind, so cryptography, AI, and so on. And in this part, one must take care concerning the language because our program on computer science is a German-speaking program or German, taught in German. And so there are lectures that are only in German. There are others open for international students. So one has to take care a little, but also it's possible to do the direction to cryptography and AI, yes.
Great. Another question about this class sizes and electives and availability of cohorts. So Professor Richter already mentioned for Jena it's around 10 students, which from my experience, even though I didn't study mathematics, is really great to always have this one-to-one contact with professors. Yeah, at least for me, it was this that you learn a lot and you are also demanding from yourself because you know that there will be a discussion and you will have to talk. So you are well prepared also for classes and seminars. Now, for the other two universities, for Bremen, what are the class sizes? Does it depend on electives or do we go with cohorts?
I think it depends on the electives, because so you will, I think I can say you will never sit in a room with 500 other students, but so also maybe small groups up to, let's say, 20, 30, but can also be that you are in a seminar with 5 or 4 or whatever. It really depends on the, let's call it, topic you choose in a way. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Bauer, I think it's the same for you.
Yeah, it's almost the same. So we are having group sizes of 5 to 15, especially in the mathematics courses. When you go to a bit into the computer science direction or engineering science direction, then the groups might be a bit bigger, but usually it's 5 to 15. And I've shown the professors, the number of professors in my presentation. So there's usually almost a 1-to-1 ratio of supervision. So this is quite good, I would say. But among all mathematics programs, I guess.
All right, thank you. Professor Richter, the question is for Jena. Is the work experience a must?
No, you do not have to have work experience. In particular, in mathematics, it's even better if you have a fresh Bachelor of Science, because then everything is still in your brain and you do not have to have worked outside university.
Great. GPA was mentioned today a few times, and Professor, you also mentioned 2.9 German system. I think for Bremen there is no GPA requirement, and for Bayreuth it's 1.9 German system. Yeah. So then the question is how strict you are with this. So let's say with Professor, are you very strict on the GPA requirement?
In fact, we have learned that the translated grade depends on the region in the world, and so it's not everything comparable. There are countries where a translated 2.5 is really a bad grade, and we do not take these students, and there are other countries where this is rather good, and so we do not look that much. Of course, we get such a translated grade, but we do not look that much on this grade, on this number. We look into the transcript of records and what are the interesting or the important subjects. What are your grades there? What is the development, your development during your bachelor degree? Of course, you should know that your fellow students, say from Germany, usually have a written thesis, which is not so common if you come from outside, and you should be somehow on the same level. So it's not easy, but of course I want to encourage to come and to apply if you are a gifted student.
Of course. Dr. Bauer.
Yeah, we had the same experience with the GPA. So we also realized that there might be countries and universities or grading systems which not benefit this direct calculation or this direct conversion. So we use this GPA calculation as the first indicator for sure, but we try to get some relative terms in as well.
Mm-hmm. Now about settling in Germany. I think it was mentioned for Bremen. I know from my experience there is international office, and you can apply for a dormitory, and it's really good dormitory. Again, I can confirm from myself. And I think it's the same for all universities. Also, Dr. Bauer mentioned, Professor Richter. mentioned that there is support, but by support, don't take this as that somebody will apply for a dormitory for you. And actually, it's on vice versa. You need to be super fast because the dormitories are quite cheap, and there is a hunt. Therefore, as soon as you get admission letter from one of those programs, directly apply for dormitories. And then all universities have international offices to help you. Maybe you want to take some German courses. For Jena, it was mentioned that German courses are possible to be taken as electives. But for other programs as well, it's possible to attend German language courses, and international offices always help with this. And sometimes it's even the case that they help with career, because there are also career services available. And it's also possible to, for example, check your CV or so. And once you're in Germany and once you're in a smaller group, or as it was mentioned today, you will have good relationship with your professors, lecturers, and it's, again, networking is what makes everything possible. Therefore, yeah, it's always nice. And it was mentioned to student jobs at the university or at the faculties. So it's again up to you how you perform and how you show yourself, and then maybe also be part of the research teams or research groups, and yeah, further continue with your PhD. But I'm sure all of your universities do have support. However, one also has to apply for that and search for such points, him or herself. And the last question is about economics. So I think it's a no for, but I don't know, let's ask. Do you accept students with bachelors in economics? Professor Richter?
Okay, it depends what you know in mathematics. It's good to have a bachelor's in economics in addition. But maybe you can apply for the business mathematics part. In this, they need some mixture of mathematics and economics. So if you have studied mainly economics, but you have some foundation in mathematics, you can apply. I'm not sure they look, and it's important to have mathematics, not only a little bit. So, but if you have some mathematical foundation and you can show it, perhaps you are invited for an interview for business mathematics. This could be a possibility.
Dr. Bauer?
So usually it's a bit difficult with a bachelor in economics to fulfill the requirement of numerical mathematics up to 60 credit points. So this is usually not in the curriculum of a standard Bachelor of Economics. But if you have a solid foundation in mathematics, and if you are willing to do numerical mathematics courses in your home university, let's say 1 or 2, then there might be a chance, but this is an additional effort for you.
And I guess the same for Bremen?
Yeah, I think so let's say half of your previous program should be somehow going in the direction of mathematics, and usually it's not for standard bachelor, let's say.
Maybe if you had minor in mathematics, major economics, you still, because all programs also have ECTS requirements for specific courses, and all of that is on the page. So if you go to, now it's loading. For example, if you go and check the program from Bayreuth, you see all the program details, and there you see also the requirements, and it's like not just a list but a breakdown, so what they accept. And economics not here right now, so GPA, proof of background knowledge, and again language certificates, what is accepted, etc., and again application documents. And all similar things are written for all programs. So you need CV, letter of motivation, additional documents, etc., etc. And all of that is written for all programs for Jena and Bremen. And just feel free to check that out. The links to programs are in chat. And you will again see them in the email as a recap from today's session. Professor, I think one of your students is here. I see it was Swala Yusuf you mentioned. Yes. I just saw the name right now. I think there is no point for transferring as panelist, but do you want to let Swala present and say a few words as a student perspective, or it's
I don't know
okay?
if Yusuf wants to do it. He's not prepared for that, but
Okay,
I don't.
then let's say like this, Yusuf, you can maybe write in Q&A if you want. How can people contact you in case they want to have student perspective, but you don't have to do it. So it's up to you, and I can copy it in chat. But again, it's voluntary. All right, I see no more open questions. The GPA calculator again is in chat. And yeah, I see yes from Yusuf. I don't know, what does a yes mean right now? Do you want to be a panelist? All right. Let's give him 1 more minute to reply, and then I can call it a day. Okay, while Yusuf answers, I have one more question. I completed my bachelor's degree in 2005. Can I still apply? And what topics should I be revising to enroll? Maybe what topics should be revising, it's up to you, what to remember or not. And if a person has a gap, is it possible to apply? Professor Richter for Jena?
Of course, you can apply. I don't know if you are really, if you have a good chance to start with the younger students that have their bachelor's now in their mind, and it's not forbidden. But it's challenging for you. So if you have a really good bachelor's, and you can try it.
Dr. Bauer?
So yes, it's possible. I mean, we had already applicants with a bachelor's degree from 2005, but what the experience in the interview showed that it gets more and more difficult the longer you are away from the mathematics field or from the things what you did in the bachelor. So what we have or in most cases then in our interviews is, okay, the answer, I cannot remember anything anymore. I have to look it up, and then I can definitely know these things. But it gets more and more difficult if you are longer and longer away from it.
And for Bremen, Lars?
Yes, you can definitely apply. And just to let you know, we have maybe I forgot to tell you that we have each semester we have a supporting course, let's call it, which is for you in a sense that they will discuss there with the lecturer or professor. You will discuss your problems and you can recap things you maybe forgot and things like this. So that should be not a problem.
Great. Meanwhile, Yusuf also answered us that he's happy to take your questions if you want to have his opinion as an international student in Jena, and also shared his email, which is already in chat. So in case you have questions for Yusuf about his experience, feel free to text or email him.